Hi everybody, thanks for tuning into another video on TK's Tech Corner. Today we're going to be looking at the brand new Valve Steam Deck dock. So this came through today, and I'm sure if you're looking at this video you've probably also seen many other videos of this deck and probably also alternative options. I'm just a consumer like most of the people that are probably watching these videos, so I don't get these products early. I buy them myself, and when they come through the post after release I review them just to get a look and feel of them, see how they are, and you get to hear my first impressions when I get hands-on with this new tech. So there's no sort of fancy studio stuff going on here, very basic videos as you know that I normally do where I unbox a product. I give you my first impressions on it, and that's pretty much it, right? I keep them short and sweet. And what I probably won't do in this video is I'm not going to go ahead and connect this to a monitor or TV, because at the moment I've got a very temporary sort of recording setup. As I mentioned in some of my previous videos, we've just moved house. I haven't got a proper studio set up yet, it's very temporary, and therefore what I can do is limited, but I'm still trying to churn out the content as best as I can given the current setup. So I apologize, but I'm not going to be able to connect this to a TV at the moment. So again, there are many videos out there that are probably going to be doing the same thing, and you've probably seen them already. So this is just to give you sort of consumer first impressions of the device. So there it is. I'll be honest, again, first impressions, that is a lot smaller than I expected it to be. That is very, very small. I mean, just to put it into perspective, that's my little cutting knife there, craft knife, and you can see how small that is, right? The dock is extremely small. Let's just have a quick look at what else is in the box. I think that's pretty much going to be it. I'm not expecting there to be a charger, because we've already got one with the... Ah, there is. There's another charger. I didn't expect that. For the contents on here, it just said one dock. So if you look at the box there, it just said contents, one docking station. So I thought there was going to be just a docking station, and given that they give you the charger with the Steam Deck itself, they're not going to bother giving you another charger. But it's nice to see that for your money you get a bit more. And there it is. That to me looks like exactly the same charger that you get with the Steam Deck, and why should it have to be anything other than the same? It's literally exactly the same charger, and we'll just quickly check the power outage on there as well. It's I don't know if the camera's going to focus on the net, but it's 5 volt and 3 amp. Now this camera, I've tried to switch camera again, temporary recording setup. This has got a very, very aggressive autofocus, so 5 volts, 3 amp, giving you 15 watts, and it goes up to 45 watts, so it's exactly the same power adapter as the deck from what I remember. Let's go and have a look. So this, what's going on here, right? This is interesting. At the bottom we've got a full sort of a rubber pad at the bottom, just to give it a sort of a bit of anti-slip situation going on there. It will stop it. It's not going to stop it from actually, it's going to probably minimize how much it moves around while you're putting this thing on and off the deck, off the dock. The USB-C adapter there. Now, as you know, the C port on the dock, unlike the switch, is at the top. Good or bad, I don't know. I think it's a good thing, because when you're playing and the charge is coming out the top, kind of doesn't get in your way. But then it also depends, if you've got the switch and you've got a right angled connector, which is what I use, it's really not too bad anyway. But there you go. So let's just put that down for a second, and let's have a look at the actual cradle. There's a soft rubber finish there. Again, that's to give the device some traction and stop it from slipping. And the only thing that's stopping the deck from going that way and falling forward is this very sharp plastic edge here. So there's no rubber finish there, which is a shame. It would have been nice to have a rubber finish there as well to completely protect the device. You know, don't really want to get many scratches on this thing. It probably isn't going to scratch it anyway, but I'm being a bit fussy. I might actually just put a little bit of a foam or a little soft fabric tape there, just to give it a soft sort of finish, and then that minimizes any chances of any sort of scuffs on the Steam Deck itself. Got the Steam Deck logo, and on the back we've got a host of connectivity ports. So we've got a display port, which is interesting. I mean, it is ultimately a little computer, and you're probably going to be connecting this to a good gaming monitor, so DisplayPort is a great idea there. You've got a HDMI port. Not sure what the spec on that port is. It's going to be minimum 2.0, maybe 2.1 because it's a new product. You've got a USB-C charging port that has got a charging logo on it. I'm unsure whether or not it's going to support passing something through. I think this unit itself needs to be powered, so that is going to get used by the power adapter. You've got a LAN port, RJ45, so that's going to probably be a gigabit LAN port. And then you've got 3 USB-A ports, and I'm guessing they're 3.0, 3.1, that sort of specification. Let's just have a quick look at the manual. If there is one in there, it might tell us what the spec of the ports are, because I would be interested in knowing myself, just to understand what we can get in terms of connectivity speeds. Let's just have a quick look. You could be plugging a USB hard drive in there, and you probably want to know what sort of speed you're likely to achieve. So, cleaning and maintenance. There must be a basic picture with ports. If there isn't, then no problem, we'll just carry on. Nope, no such luck. It goes from English to French, and there's not very much in there, so there we go. I'm not going to read that cover to cover. There must be something in the small print, but no problem. So let's go ahead and stand the Steam Deck into the dock. This is a tongue twister, I'll tell you that. Right. So it stands in there very well, and maybe that concern about scratching the screen is gone, because as you can see there, right, it's not at the sharp edge, isn't actually sitting against the device at all. It's actually just holding onto it. Now maybe if I can hold this sideways, you might get a better idea of how it's docking in. It's sitting like that, so it's holding it nicely, and very secure. It's balancing the weight of it, is all that little lip is doing, and nothing more. So there we go. And then the C cable at the top, there's a little bit of play on that, so it's plenty long enough, so it's not like you're stretching it over the back of the device. And then that's just going to plug in like this. Now, because I haven't got the adapter plugged in, I don't really expect much to happen, and no, nothing at all has happened. What I'm going to do is, because I don't want to reach over and start faffing with the power supply. So first thing it says is there is a docking station update available. So that means it's got some sort of power on it. There's an important docking station update available, and you can see that there if I hold it up. Do you wish to apply? And I'm going to say, well, it says please install before proceeding, so I'm not going to try and reword. Let's just go ahead and install that. And as you can see there, it is updating. Do not unplug the Steam Deck. So let's leave it updating. Now this is without plugging a power cable in. So it clearly is drawing power from the device here, right? It's going to take a minute and a half to download. It's probably going to apply, and then I'm guessing it doesn't need to reboot the dock, but who knows what it's going to do with the device. I'm just going to leave that there while it's updating. I don't really want to move it around too much in case I manage to disconnect it. While that's happening though, what I can say is that connection going on the top, the connector is, let me see if I can turn it around. It's absolutely flush with the device, so it's a really good fitting there. And I'll just go ahead and put that down again while it's updating. We don't want to brick the dock straight away. And then we'll see if it tries to do anything else without any power cable connected into it whatsoever. And then I'll also plug my power brick, my trusty iMuto power brick. This 100, I think, gives a total of 138 odd watts of output. It's an absolute beast. You've probably seen this in my previous videos if you've been following the channel. So we'll go ahead and plug that in there and see what happens. And then we'll call it a day, and I'll end the video without making it too long. Maybe what I'll try and do is, maybe let's try and plug a, let's see if I've got anything to hand to plug in, some sort of a USB peripheral device, just to see what happens, and then, yeah, we'll call it. So it's just updating at the moment, 49 seconds to go is what it's showing there. As you can see there, what I'll do is I will whilst that's recording, I'm just going to put that down for a second. I'm going to quickly faff around and see if I can find something to plug into this dock. There must be something I can plug in. Tell you what I'll plug in is, this going to be interesting. I want to plug in a PS5 joypad using a USB-C cable without plugging the power adapter in. Let's see what happens. Don't think there's any drivers. It's a Linux OS, right? I don't think there's any drivers for the PS5 gamepad on there, but we'll try it out and see what happens anyway, because there's no harm in testing stuff out. We can try that out and see what happens. Right, the dock update has applied and we're back onto the home screen, as you can see there now. So let's go ahead and plug a peripheral in. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this USB-C cable. I want to plug it into the charging port. It does show it as a charging port, remember. I'm going to plug that in, right, and then I'm going to plug this into the PS5 controller, and let's see what happens. Well, that's turned the PlayStation on. It's definitely not working on the Steam Deck at all. It's actually just gone ahead and turned the PlayStation on instead. So no functionality whatsoever there. Didn't expect it really. What I will do is I'll quickly plug this out. You probably heard the PlayStation turn on in the background. And then I'm going to plug in this. And let's just see if it starts charging. So the display's turned on the power brick. That tells me that this is probably charging. And if we look at the Steam Deck, you can see the light has turned on, so it is getting some power, and the battery is showing that it's full now, but it is showing that it's in charging mode, so it has picked up the charger there. Nice. So a very nice way of charging the dock. Now it's not as convenient as the Switch, I suppose, where you just drop it in and out. You got to drop it in and then you got to remember to plug the cable in, which, you know, it is what it is. Right, they made the decision for whatever reason to put the charging port at the top, and for that reason you're going to have this inconvenience of having to plug in a cable. Now this is going to be whichever dock you buy, right? Whether you buy this official dock or whether you buy a third-party dock, you're not really going to get away from that being at the top, unless someone makes a dock that has some sort of, I don't know, sliding mechanism which might push down over the top of it whilst making sure that the vent doesn't get covered. Maybe it's a possibility, right? It can happen. Max Payne 2, I don't know if that works on the deck or not. I'm not going to try and start up a game because again it says it's playable, right? Clearly I haven't played it. So there you go. I'm not going to try and plug anything else into this because I haven't really got anything to hand. Even if I had a USB storage device, I would have probably tried to connect it, but without faffing around for too long, I'm not going to be able to find anything to connect in there. And I won't drag this video out for too long, so I'll leave it at that. But I just wanted to show you this while I was unboxing it. It came through today. As I said, there's another million videos out there of the deck dock because it's been in reviewers' hands way before I get it as a consumer. But I just wanted to share my experience with you. You could probably play it while it's sitting like this, to be honest, because it's holding all the weight of the dock, and you could just play it, and it's quite a nice viewing angle. It really is a very comfortable viewing angle from where I'm sitting on my chair, seeing the actual screen. It's very, very comfortable. I could probably just connect a Bluetooth joypad up to that and enjoy gaming because it's such a lovely big screen anyway. That 7-inch screen is gorgeous. So it would be really nice to just play on there whilst it's docked in with a Bluetooth gamepad connected. And there you go. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment section below. If you haven't already done so, please leave a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and also hit that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner so that you can be notified of new videos that I'm posting. Really appreciate you supporting my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and all the best.